Get through the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
Oh, hello, friends. Welcome along to the Jodie and Hayesy podcast. Here's some of the best bits from the year.
Selecting a name for your newborn can be very, very challenging and a really long and drawn-out process.
Yes, we heard from Ben, Liam and Belle earlier this morning because Ben is about to become a father and he's trying to come up with a name. Let's do him a favour and put a line through a few.
Okay. Off the back of when we spoke about a young baby who parents decided that it was the right idea for this young girl to get a tan.
Yeah,
Her name was Suede.
Yeah, so this mum decided in her infinite wisdom that her 12-month-old needed to have tan skin. So spray tan the kid. Oh, my God, what is next? Eyebrow wax?
Oh, really?
Pedicure, manicure?
Sharpen up the brows.
Yeah.
Looking really nice.
Have you had an eyebrow wax?
No, I haven't. Oh, yes, I've had, what's it called with the thing?
Threading.
Threading. I've had a thread before.
Isn't that the most painful thing in the world?
Really painful.
It's horrible.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Every time I go to get my eyebrows done, I'm like, never get threading again because you cry.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, I didn't know it was so brutal. I'll just take a monobrow from now on. Fine. And the other thing as well, it's happening in the UK. It's just been pushed through. A couple have been fighting the system to name their son Lucifer. And they've won.
No.
Different countries, it's illegal. But they've pushed through and they've got it. Little Lucifer. Oh, he's not bound for trouble at all.
No. Have you seen that show? He's a bad dude.
Lucifer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some issues.
He's got some real problems.
Some real solid issues.
I think he finds love in the end, though. So all's well that ends well.
13, 24, 10. The bad names that you've seen. Look, if you're a teacher as well, and you don't want to rat out your students, but you've probably seen some.
Yes.
Yeah.
My obstetrician said he definitely delivered a baby that they called Absidy, as in A-B-C-D-E.
Wow. Absidy.
Absidy. Little Absidy-oddy.
Little Absidy-oddy. That actually doesn't sound too bad.
It's not too bad.
Kind of works, doesn't it? There are some illegal names which you can't use.
What do
For
you mean?
example, King. You can't use King,
Okay.
Queen, Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, or Majesty. Oh, look, it's little Santa Claus. How cute.
Oh, dear. I name you Jesus Christ most days.
Yeah,
When
thank
you
you
do
very
stuff
much.
and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Because every
what's
morning you're
wrong?
like, what's going to happen? And then he rises from there. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that.
Something along those lines. What about this as well? Are there any Darrens out there?
Darren.
I don't know any Darrens.
I know Darren's.
Yeah, there's Darrens, but not too many Darrens.
There's a Darren on, what's that show? Animal Kingdom. There's a Darren.
Is there?
Yep.
Okay.
One of the brothers.
You sure?
Oh, anyone want to back me
yeah,
up?
I think there is
I
a
mean,
Darren, yeah.
anyone in this team want to back me up? Normally, Abby, you would be across this
Yeah,
stuff.
I nodded my head.
Yeah.
Did you know that the name Nigel is no longer?
Really?
Yeah, over in Ireland or somewhere they had a big party because there's been no Nigels named in the UK or wherever it was for X amount of years, so it's died out.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Because
There's a similar story with Gary as well, I reckon, over in the UK.
Yeah.
Because you go to Nigel and you immediately think, what? No friends.
Yeah, Nigel, no friends.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not fair if you know Nigel and you're the victim of circumstance.
Exactly right.
Because it might have been cool and then, 20 years later it becomes
Yeah.
like a genuine taunt?
Yeah.
That's not fair, is it? What about over in the States? Dewana Bona.
What?
Dewana Bona plays for the Connecticut Suns in the WNBA. I Google her, Dewana Bona.
That is
More like Dewana new name. Am I right? And also, Destiny Hooker is an American volleyballer.
Yes.
These are genuine people, I promise.
Yeah. No, I have heard of Destiny Hooker.
She's pretty good.
And
Yeah.
what?
At being a volleyballer. 13, 24, 10. Some of these ordinary names. Let's go to Jane in Clapham. Good morning, Jane. First and foremost, Jane is a beautiful name.
Thank you. I hated it for so many years, but I've embraced it now.
Oh, good
beautiful.
girl.
When I was in a mum's group years and years and years ago, there was a girl who had named her child the letter N with a dash and then the letter A, and to be pronounced Nadasha.
Oh, my God.
Natasha. That's nice. That's really good stuff.
Poor kid.
Picked on? Any reports of...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
I don't know, because I moved away not long after, but poor kid.
yeah, that's tough.
Dasha. What's the motivation behind this? Like, because obviously your kid's going to go to school at some point and all the other kids are going to go, Nadasha.
Oh, Nadasha. Oh, here comes, she comes Nadasha. We don't endorse that behaviour at all.
And next minute, like, Nadasha's lunch has gone missing for the 4th day in a row because
Yeah.
all the other kids are like, she doesn't deserve to eat because her name's
Classic.
Nadasha.
Oh,
you know?
jeez, it's not fair. Nadasha, just right behind from the start. 13, 24, 10, some of those ordinary names. Ordinary names, let's call them interesting names coming through. For example, Dewana Boner, who plays for the Connecticut Suns. Are there any Dewanas out there?
Wasn't there a Misty Hyman, do you reckon?
What?
There was a Misty Hyman.
What are
She
you?
was a sportswoman, I swear
What are
to
you
God.
talking about?
Okay, no one.
What's
no one
going on
in this
here?
team wants to throw...
I'm so sorry, everybody. You've just taken it to a
It's an actual thing.
Thank you. Thank you. She's an American swimmer.
Yeah.
Misty Hyman.
Abs, we're trying to gang up on Jodie. What are you doing?
I don't like when you gang up on her, so I go in to protect her.
Thank you,
You
darling.
protect the queen at all costs.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
We are talking on 13, 24, 10 this morning. The things that you were deprived of as a kid. I touched on the fact that I had fake roams with the Velcro.
Yeah.
Zoe, you were deprived of what as a child, producer Zoe?
Yeah, well, you guys just reminded me that I didn't get Easter egg hunts. I'd forgotten about that in the year. So I didn't get an Easter egg hunt growing up, but most of all, I wasn't allowed junk food.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't even kept in my house. Junk
Really?
Food. Yeah.
That's probably why you're a twig right now.
Yeah, well, I engorged after.
As in you did some quick catching up?
I did some quick catching up in my late teens.
Right.
Very quick catching up.
There you go.
Did you put on a little bit?
Just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, no, but if they just let me have junk food growing up, I would
Then you
been
could have done moderation.
desensitised.
Yeah.
Yeah, moderation's a key, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What about you, Newsreader Abby? What were you deprived of as a kid?
We were never allowed to have the little packets of chips that you put in your lunchbox and go to school with.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were never allowed them, or like things like Dunkaroos and things like that.
Yeah, right. So you never got the opportunity as a child to put your chip packets in the oven and shrink them down and make key rings out of them. Did you guys do that?
Nah, didn't do that.
Did you do that?
Hang on. For goodness sake.
Didn't you guys
leave-
do that?
Please leave things like that in Tasmania. We don't do things like that in the mainland.
I'm going to make you a Twisties key ring in the oven.
No, you don't have to.
No, I want
No,
to.
I'm fine, thanks.
No, it's okay. I'll do it today.
We believe you.
We had Tamagotchis where I used to kill them off all the time, but that was about
Oh,
as
righto.
exciting as our childhood got.
You used to kill them off, did you? What else? You get the
yeah,
magnifying glass and destroy bugs as well?
No, the Tamagotchis, and you forget to feed them and stuff.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
Okay, that's real insight into Abby's childhood there. Go to Kieran. What were you deprived of?
October 88, I was watching The Dark Crystal, and my dad used to hit the side of the TV when the reception would go funny. And the reception was going funny, so I ran back and fly kicked it into the wall. The TV blew up, and Mum didn't replace the TV for 12 years.
Oh, my God. 12 years is quite the punishment.
It was. We used to live next door to Sean Michaelis, the comedian, and he smuggled a little black and white TV over, which my sisters kept in their cupboard for about 4 years, which I didn't know about. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. I love that your sisters, kept you out of it. We've got a TV in our cupboard.
yeah.
Oh, dear, Kieran. Thank you so much. Barbara, what were you deprived of as a kid?
I was deprived of having a hypercolour T-shirt.
Oh, that's tantamount
Can
to...
you imagine, Barbara, where you'd be right now in life if you had that hypercoloured T-shirt? You'd probably be president of the world.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, Zoe, you wouldn't know about hypercolour T-shirts.
No, I don't.
So just explain them, Barbara.
Yeah, so different colours. You could actually just buy like a pink one or a blue one, and when it touches your skin, the heat would make the colour change.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
But then, Barbara, maybe you were blessed for not having these shirts, because then if you were getting a bit sweaty under the pits, wouldn't it really accentuate it?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly, but I still wanted one. Everyone had them, and I didn't have them.
It's okay, Barbara. It's okay. We're sending you a big virtual hug right
I thought
now.
you were going to say, on behalf of Nova, we're going to send you a hypercoloured shirt there,
Where would
Barbara.
you even find one these days? Can I just share something with you? My husband's just sent me a photo. His mum refused to buy him a Nike jacket, like a sports jacket. And have a look at this, please. He's got a Nike jacket and he's written in text to Nike and he's drawn the swoosh on it. He's drawn a swoosh.
He hasn't done a good job of the swoosh either. Which would explain why I saw him the other day. He was wearing that suit with Hugo Boss written above the pocket.
School holidays, am I right?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
What an adventure.
Parents just crawling to the finish line. Some private school kids are back at school, I do believe. I'd pay the extra fees at this point.
Extra fees for a couple more days off for parents?
No,
Is that why
I
it's
think
worth
some
it?
of them have gone back
There you go.
already.
Bit of extra education. Kids love that.
My little girls, who I love as individual little people, are great. But as a combination, they've been revolting, especially the last week. So it all came to a head when the 11-year-old was using the 10-year-old's iPad to watch YouTube. So she's sitting there, but little Summer's friends kept messaging on, like, that Facebook Messenger. So it kept ping, 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 and it annoyed Peyton so much that she took it upon herself to message Summer's friends.
Oh, this is, I dare say, this is veering into sort of
So-
junior catty behaviour.
So she's written in capitals, "Stop it! I'm trying to watch YouTube." So Summer's friends are like, "What the hell, Summer? Why are you telling us to stop it?" Anyway, so she's cottoned on that her sister's messaging her friends. And so she's come in and gone, "What the hell, Peyton?" and thrown her hands in the air and smacked the iPad out of her hands into her face. And so it smacked her in the nose. And so Peyton's like,
Oh, my gosh.
The whole thing has just been too much, and it was the tipping point. It was so triggering. I've just turned around and I said, "This is enough. I have had enough. You two separate. Mummy needs some space." I walk into my room, slam the door like a real mature adult, and I just sit there and take some deep breaths on the end of the bed, right? So then they've taken it upon themselves to write me a letter, and they slide it under the door.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it is cute. And it
Mum, we're hungry.
and it said, "Sorry, Mummy, for being little shizens." That's our word in our house instead of saying the other word. "We will be better." And then they wrote one of those acrostic poems, and it has, so, you know, Jodie, and they use words to describe their mummy.
Oh, so your first name, okay, so J.
Yeah. J was joyful.
Beautiful. Nice.
O was outstanding. I was thinking, at this point, this is really good. D for depressed.
just summing up the situation beautifully, the girls.
Well, yes, I am, because you're making me so. I found out later they didn't know what the word meant. They thought it was like a nice thing. Anyway, but the shots just haven't been fired at me, because Summer, who is the little dancer in our family, had some real feedback for you.
Oh, really?
Because last night I said, "Darling, we're performing in this Rocky Horror Show on Friday night. I need you to help me learn the time warp," because she's very, very good at, you know, choreography and all that sort of stuff. She goes, "Okay. Well, show me the video and I'll learn it, and then I'll help you." I was like, "Great, thanks." I showed her the video of our rehearsal yesterday, and she took one look at you and went, "Oh God, this is going to be a disaster."
How very dare you, Summer? I was on Summer's side then until we went down this path. What's wrong with my dancing?
Oh my God! I mean, you're not bad with the choreography. It just, when it comes to the freestyling, you remind me of someone.
Don't tell me. Finally, comparisons to the great Peter Garrett. Yes. So is it a compliment when you're described as the poor man's Peter Garrett?
No, it is not. Oh, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Limbs aren't even connected to my brain.
No,
Connected to the sockets. They're
there's
just sort of going everywhere, like a wacky wailing inflatable tube man, those guys on the side of the road.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, he's going to fall over. Whoa, he's back up. Whoa, he's back on up.
Oh, God.